You know whose impeachment trial lawyers claim that John Bolton shouldn't testify because his claims are inadmissible. After which Mitch McConnell reportedly said Republicans don't have enough votes to block witnesses, but at the same time, some Democrats say they're still not soundly convinced that impeachment should happen either. So what's going to happen? What's going on? It's another day in paradise, and we're checking stuff out. What is happening?
It's like, what's a Republican going to do? Stand by the cult leader?
Well,
or go with 75% of the American people who would like to see the witnesses.
But
That's
it's not
the
just
dilemma.
Republicans right now, it's Democrats. You have Dianne Feinstein having like a crack in the Matrix yesterday,
She
saying,
rolled it
quote,
back.
9 months left to go, the people should judge. We are a republic, we are based on the will of the people should judge. That was my view, and it still is. Asking whether she should vote to acquit, she said, we are not finished. I know she ended up walking it back, but this is not a woman who misspeaks. She's been in office for 100 years. I believe she's the oldest sitting senator. She's very well experienced. You have Joe Manchin, Kristen Sinema of my home state of Arizona, and Doug Jones in Alabama not saying whether or not they're going to vote for impeachment. So I think what Nancy Pelosi was worried about is happening right now. You have senators, 4 of them right now, coming out saying they're not necessarily sold on this.
No, but we want witnesses. We're not up to the indictment.
But you have 4 people already questioning this. All senators.
Questioning witnesses?
Saying that they are not, let me make this more clear. Saying that they are not going to vote for impeachment.
Well,
4 sitting senators on the Democrat side.
But that's not what I'm saying. We just want to hear Bolton, we want to hear Mulvaney. Then we'll see.
If you hear Bolton and Mulvaney, you'll also hear Hunter Bidden, Joe Biden, and people
let them come out.
I think it's important to note he's already been impeached, right? He's been impeached for life. He has been. So the vote is not for impeachment. The vote is for whether or not he should be convicted of what he's been charged with, and also whether or not he should be removed. And then what's really at issue
Doug
is
Jones,
here.
Joe Manchin, Kristen Sinema, are they all bad people?
What's really at issue is, should we hear witnesses?
Yes.
And I think, like Joy was saying, 75% of Americans want witnesses, 49% of Republicans, 95% of Democrats. But what's really interesting is 75% of independents want to hear witnesses. Now, I think that the really interesting issue is, will Hunter Biden and Joe Biden be called to testify? And Joe Biden, okay, I think actually it'll probably inure to the benefit of Joe Biden, right? But with Hunter Biden, I'm just not so sure. I think it could do some damage. But what bothers me the most about this is Trump abused his power by trying to compel a foreign power to help him with the re-election. If the Dems get enough votes to proceed with witnesses, Trump now gets to use this as an opportunity to continue to abuse his power and have the Senate do his dirty work to investigate the Biden.
That is the problem.
So now the Senate is investigating the Biden.
But here's the thing, this conversation about the Bidens should have come up 4 or 5 years ago when it was relevant. Because for me, I don't mind if they want to drag them in. I'm annoyed they're trying to tack it on to this. The Bidens were not present in that room when it happened. What this is about is what happened in that room. Did he do what he's being accused of?
They weren't on the call.
Bring in start a new thing. You did it with Hillary Clinton, and you didn't get anywhere with Benghazi. Try it now with the Bidens if you want to, but not in the middle of this.
Yeah, but what they do is they muddy the waters. They just confuse everybody.
They may confuse everybody.
You have many low information voters out there.
But this is not. But the problem. What is happening here is about whether this man had these conversations that the Constitution tells us you're not supposed to be having. And did he lie about it? Now, he hasn't been under oath except when he raised his hand and said he was going to be the president. That's the last time I saw him take an oath. But if you're going to call witnesses, Democrats, make sure that guy's on the list, too. Not just Bolton, because Clinton had to come and testify. Remember how they let all of those tapes out? So people had to watch Clinton sitting there on your television. That's how you learned about that word. I remember you talking about it.
Thanks, Bill Clinton.
Yes, because thank the other party, too, because they made sure all those
Star report. If you want to get real intense about it.
If he had this, if it was good enough for Bill Clinton, it's good enough for this one.
That's a good point.
President, president.
The only question, which I was maybe clumsily made at the beginning of the topic is, what do you do about these 4 Democrats, though? Like, does it, like,
I'm
these
okay
4
with them.
Democrats that
I'm
aren't-
okay with them not being sure.
But does that mean they're, whatever you said in the beginning, does that mean they're, like, horrible heretics against the Constitution? Again, Kristen Sinema, Doug
Did I
Jones,
say
Joe
that?
Manchin.
I don't think you did.
I don't remember
But if
saying that.
so if they end up not voting for this, if they don't think that there's a crime here,
If they end
what
up
will you
not
think
voting,
of those
what,
4
for what?
Democrats?
For what? If they end up
In the
not voting for what?
Okay, let me.
We're talking
to
about
convict.
Okay, we're talking about 2
We're
different
not talking about 2 different
yes,
things.
listen to me for a second.
But I just don't understand why you don't hold these 4 Democrats culpable along
Well,
with
you'll find out when we